The 2026 FIFA World Cup group stage just kicked off with a really tight match in Guadalajara. South Korea managed to edge out Czechia 2-1 in their opening Group A game. South Korea just kicked off their 2026 World Cup journey with a 2-1 win against Czechia. That game happened on June 11, 2026, at Estadio Akron in Zapopan, Mexico, and get this, it was the first time these two nations had ever faced each other in a World Cup. Czechia actually got an early lead in the 59th minute when Ladislav Krejci headed home a long throw-in from Vladimir Safal. But South Korea didn't give up. They fought back hard, tying things up in the 67th minute thanks to Wang In-bom, who pulled off this incredible chip shot right over two defenders. That win gave South Korea some really important early points in Group A, and honestly, it's already got people talking about them as a potential dark horse in the tournament. The result also means they're now tied on points with Mexico at the top of the group, although Mexico does have a better goal difference. Everyone's calling South Korea's victory a well-deserved comeback, especially after going down early in the game. Wang In-bom was absolutely key to South Korea's turnaround. He not only scored the equalizer but also set up the winning goal. And get this, his incredible performance made him just the third player in South Korea's World Cup history to manage both a goal and an assist in a single match. The winning goal, by the way, came in the 80th minute, courtesy of substitute Oh Hyung-gyu, who had actually replaced none other than Son Heung-min. And get this, Oh himself later revealed he almost didn't even play. He was feeling pretty rough and apparently clocked a 38-degree fever right before kickoff. Looking at the stats, South Korea absolutely dominated possession, holding onto the ball for 62% of the game and racking up a whopping 464 passes. Compare that to Czechia's 38% possession and just 242 passes. Interestingly, both teams actually lined up with a 3-4-3 formation. This victory wasn't just any win, either. It was South Korea's second fastest World Cup comeback in history, turning the game around in just 11 minutes. It's kinda like their amazing turnaround against Nigeria back in 2010. Coach Hong Myung-bo gave a big shout out to his team's fighting spirit after the win. He mentioned he knew they had it in them to get the victory, and he told them to just keep doing what they were doing when it was 1-1. This is actually his second stint as the South Korea national team manager. Meanwhile, Czechia's coach Miroslav Kovac admitted that the better team probably came out on top, though he did regret some of their defensive slip-ups. South Korea came into this match riding high after a couple of warm-up wins, beating Trinidad and Tobago 5-0 and El Salvador 1-0. Czechia, on the other hand, was on quite a roll, bringing a 5-match winning streak with them after beating Guatemala and Kosovo in friendly matches back in June 2026. And speaking of captains, Son Heung-min, who was named squad captain on May 16, 2026, really struggled with his shooting, sending all but one of his 6 shots way off target. But even with that, the team's collective efforts still managed to secure the win. So, defender Cho Weija actually got a late call-up to the squad after Cho Yoo-min picked up an injury during their final preparations. South Korea was also without Kim Tae-hyeon due to injury, but even with those key defensive players missing, they still managed to pull off the win. That win actually put South Korea right at the top of Group A, tied with Mexico, both on 3 points. Meanwhile, Czechia and South Africa are still sitting at the bottom with 0 points after the first matchday. South Korea's next game is set for June 18, 2026, where they'll take on Mexico at Estadio Guadalajara. On the same day, Czechia will be going up against South Africa over at Atlanta Stadium. South Korea will then wrap up their group stage on June 24, 2026, when they play South Africa at Monterrey Stadium. And just a quick look at their World Cup history. This team has actually made 11 appearances, including 10 consecutive tournaments since way back in 1986. Alright, this match was a real spectacle, super intense and tactically balanced, with both teams really having their moments controlling the game. South Korea pulled off a hard-fought 2-1 victory, getting their World Cup journey off to a fantastic start. For Czechia, Ladislav Krejci just kept proving how dangerous they are on set pieces, scoring with a header from one of them. That win really shook things up in Group A and sent a clear early message from South Korea, who, by the way, are ranked 25th in the world as of April 2026, compared to Czechia at 41 straight. This result really highlighted South Korea's knack for resilience in big tournaments, something they've shown us time and again across multiple World Cup campaigns. Their ability to bounce back after falling behind? That's really become a signature part of their international game lately. That result really sets the stage for an intriguing Group A as the tournament rolls on. South Korea will definitely be looking to build on this momentum in their next matches. And we'll be right here, keeping you updated on their journey through the 2026 World Cup.